So for the first next we will be seeing about this concept. So what is it means? So yesterday we seen the Linux instance. So Linux integration. Now today we are going to see about so Windows instance. So Windows instance creation. So that means for that. So again I'm going to easy to so services compute and easy to. So in that I'll be clicking on instance. So similar to yesterday what we have created like that only the similar to the concepts. So so okay. So now we are going to see about the Windows instance. So for that Windows instance, what is it doing means similar to this concepts. So launch instance. So here web AWS FIP Windows. I can give this. So here I can put this as Windows. So so what is this concept means that I will be selecting that concepts. So on this instance type is so here for this concepts alone the T3.micro is a default one. T2.micro is not available. So if I check that also it will not be available. So all the wing will be disabled. So you have to select one and only option is T3.micro. So here with that T3.micro only available for this concepts. So we have to use this only the T3.micro. So here I will be selecting AWS FIP. That yesterday what I created. That I will be selecting this. Not the networking and all. So I will be creating one. I will be editing. Create a security group. I have to create the RDP means remote desktop protocol. So here and I will be clicking on edit. So in this AWS FIP Windows, I will be clicking on and I'll be opening this concepts. So confidential storage already yesterday we seen that this concept and all. So that here that means automatically selected that 30 GB of storage and advanced. So here also it will be on launch instance. So here it will becomes there T3.micro. So here I have to go there. So instance for this I'll be going there. So and I'll be going to connect. I'll be clicking on connect. So inside that I'll be going and I'll be connecting. And in this OTP client, I have to go for OTP client. Inside that I'll have to click OTP client. So again I'm repeating these concepts. So here I have to either I have to click here or I will be have to click connect. So connect means directly it will be going to that this concept. And I have to go for OTP client. So OTP client. And I'll be clicking on this. So connect using RDP client, download remote desktop file, and I will click on download. So on public DNS and all, and get I have to click get password, upload a key file, private key file. So here I'll be going for I have to upload PEM file, not a PPK file. Here I have to upload the PEM file, not the PPK. PPK is not supported. PEM only. I have to select this and I have to give password. If I decrypt the password, it will be open. So before that, I have to open this. So AWS FIP Windows dot RDP connect. I have to click connect. So and I'll be clicking on OK. So if I give the OK, so wait a minute. What is this happen? Yes. And I'll be clicking on yes. So if I open this concepts, so it will be opening this concepts. So here it will be opening and it will be taking around time. So now this windows will be opened. Okay, so now if I go with this will be the normal PC and this is will be a virtual computer. So here, so all the things I can do that. So related to this activity. So if I want to, if I again I want to open means, so it will not take a time because its computer is on. So we can do the what all service activities that we need. We can do with this concepts. And if I minimize this, minimize and if I want to close this now, I'll be closing and disconnect and it will be disconnected. So if I want to, so if I copy this connect, I have to click the connect. Yes. So if I open this, it will be directly opening this. So like this, we can do this. So the instance creations and all, it will be opening and it will be doing this activities. Yes, this activities and all there. and I'll be getting this host name here on the top right corner, the top right. I'll be getting the host name. So all the things I'll be getting this. So total memory. So all the things I'll be getting this, and so I'll be getting all the things. So like this, we can do this activities and all. So here that US East. So that time 1:54 p.m. is there, and date is, so all the things will be there based upon that timings. It will be done. Okay, so this is the concepts, and if I want to close means I can close that. This is the concept of this concepts. So if I, after that all the process is running, I'll be able to close this. If I want, if I all the completed activities, so I can terminate my instance, delete my instance. So after that, I'll be deleting my server. So okay, next concept is that. So next we are going to see about S3. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. Simple Storage Services. So simple storage services. What is mean by that now? So it is like a similar to Google Drive. So it's similar to Google Drive. What it can do with this Google Drive means we can able to store the static assets. So static files and all, we you can able to do that with this concept. So what kind of activities means you can note this concept. So S3. So simple storage service. So it allows you to store. So what kind of activities that we can do means it can able to store, retrieve, access and backup. So backup and all we can do that. Any amount of data at any time. Any amount of data from any time. So we can store any data amount of data from any time over the internet. So over the internet, we can access S3 from AWS management control. We can access S3 from, so you can access the S3 from the AWS management console. Like this console from like this console we can able to, and so management console and CLI is there. CLI is there, and AWS SDK software development kit. So now we can go with management console alone. So we can go with the management console alone. We can go with. So here, so what it will be that, so it will be having, so we can have this folders. So we can have objects and files. So objects and files. So files and folders and all, object files, folders and all the things we will be having this. So and zero file, smallest file sizes, smallest file sizes. So smallest file size is 0 bytes, and largest file sizes we can upload. Largest file sizes so 5 TB. So single file it can be uploaded as a single file. 5 TB as a single file you can upload. That, so based upon this, they'll be charging. So based upon these concepts and all, they will be charged. So based upon the file size and the sharing and all the things, it will be charged the amount. So like this, it will be charged. So our next thing is that. So next we can see with this concept. So how it will be accessed and all we can see that. So now how to access these concepts. So here services. So compute. So that is services storage and S3. Again I'm repeating services, storage and S3. Scalable store in the cloud. It is similar to. So wait a minute. Okay. So what I will be doing now? If now the dashboard. So this is will be there. Create bucket. So I will be clicking on create bucket general purpose. So and I will be clicking on AWS FIP. So something I can put this. So number I can put this. So and I'll be the bucket name alone. I can give this and I can go with this all the things and so I don't enable anything. So let's go with this after a time, after a period of time. So after that we can check with all the things. So in the advanced settings also object lock is there. So you can see it in later part. So on create bucket one and only I gave that other things and all I don't see that bucket version tags and all I didn't see that. I didn't go with that. So next I'll be going for this concept. So inside this I'll be going this and how to upload my files or folders means I can click the upload. So I'm having one. I think I'm having one file, small file. I can upload that small file, scenery file, one image file in this drive, and I can click on upload. So on next I'll be clicking on the scenery. So if I want to click this scenery, so and if I go with the scenery and all, so that object URL is there. If I go with this and I can, if I go and paste it on.
மழை வருதுன்னா
So static websites and all we can paste here. So static website and all we can paste here. So if I want the static websites and all, I can paste here. And next what I can do means, so static websites and all I can paste here. And next what I can do means, so static websites and next the backups. So backups and static asserts. So in the real time where I will be using means, this means, so in the real time where I'll be using Nana. So mainly used to, so if you are in the real time, so server will be used for this. So you in the server you will be using this concepts. So server where your files, so data and all will be, softwares and all will be installing, and the files will be stored in the S3. So the files will be stored in the S3. So the files will be stored in the S3, and you will be doing this concepts. So like this. So if you have any doubts, now you can ask any doubts. If you have any doubt, anyone having the doubts and all, you can ask. So anyone having the doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions, doubts. So next concept is that. So next we are going to see about the next concept, software RDS. No, not. So we can go with. So now I'll be creating an EC2 instance. So compute and EC2. Again I'm repeating, and the speed way will be skipping these concepts and all, and we can go in a. So we can go for. So now we'll be going for the auto scaling. So first we will be going for, so another two concept we can see that this now, this time, in this time. So first we will be going with, so first we will be going with, uh, so load balancer. So first we will be going with the load balancer. Next concept is load balancer. So the what is mean by load balancer means it will be balance the loads. So if the request is coming and all, based upon the request, it will be balance the load. So balance the load, and it will be giving for shared for both the computers and all. It will be shared to computers. So it will be shared to the computers. So like that we can check with this. So how we can check with this now? Load balancer means now we can check with this output. So I'll be creating one server. So Windows, I'll be clicking on Ubuntu. So for this I have to use Ubuntu. Yes, and I can click this. So description. So t2.micro. So key pair I can give this AWS FIP. If I use that concepts, so directly I'm opening this. Yesterday I shown that the directly how directly open I can open that. If I go with that, I cannot want to able to give this IDs and all. And directly I can use this concepts. So network and all in this I will be giving and select existing groups. So on AWS FIP Linux security. Linux security and configuration storage is that, and next number of instance will be two. So number of instance will be two, and I can give this instance, and I will be clicking on instance. So if I go with this, so web server. So for the identification, I can give this web server one. So now I gave that in the summary. I will give us to for that only. It will be two. So first I'll be opening this server, and I'll be clicking on connector. So this and the new tab, I can go in a new tab. So for both server, I can go in a new tab. Connect. So connect onto and connect. So here I'll be sudo app get update. Sorry, sudo app get update. So first I'll be completing one server, and I can go to move to next server. You can go with the notepad plus plus. So here yesterday itself, I for the identification I can give this PG one is I can give this as red color. So sudo app 32 minus y. And next I'll be putting this sudo, sorry, I'll be changing the directory cd slash var slash html. So ls the file will be there, sudo rm star. I can put this simply as sudo rm star sudo index.html, paste, control x y, enter. So already know that. So I can open this now. I can check with the opening by opening this copy. I'll be pasting here, and I'll be checking this. So now cloud computing red color is there, and for another server is same similar. We can do this. Get update. extremely sorry. So I have to paste that. Sudo nano. Here I can do that and I can paste that. Red color. Here I can give this as a green color. Control X, Y, enter. So now I can check with this IP. I can copy and I will be pasting here this for this server. So here green color is that. So green color both is that. So now I want to configure this. So now I want to configure this load balancer. So for this I'll be clicking on load balancer. So load balancer already I told that elastic load balancer scales automatically responds in changes to incoming traffic. Based on that, without for based upon this concept, so it will be changed to server, one server to server. So if the load is high in this first server, means it will be automatically moved to the next server. So this is the concept. So if I go to with one server, means it will be moved to the next server. This is the concept. Sir. So for that only we are using this. Click on load balancer. I will be clicking on load balancer. So create load balancer. So before going to the load balancer, I have to click the target groups. Target groups means what is mean by the target groups? Load balancer is that. So otherwise, I can go with the load balancer. So create load balancer, application load balancer, network load balancer is that. I can go with application load balancer. So what is mean by application? Means it will be comes with HTTP and HTTPS. So next what I will be doing now, HTTP and HTTPS is present. So here this will be TCP network means TCP and UDP TLS are there. So like this is that. So classical load balancer is that previously used this. Nowadays not anyone is not using this concepts. So they are using one and only that this two concepts application and gateway is load balancer combination of both things. So so late so virtual so all the things will be configured. So now we are going with this application load balancer. We are not using TCP, UDP, TLS. So we will be using with application load balancer. Create. I will be clicking on create. So next load balancer name, I can give this load balancer name. I can give any name. So I can use AWS FIP load balancer. And next internal facing or internet facing. So I can use this internet facing. I can use this. So our internet, so it consists of compatible with IPv4 and dual stack IP. So IPv4, so IPv4 has that. So I can use this concept, and IPv4 I can use this. So VPC I can have in the virtual private cloud. We didn't see that. Next tomorrow we can see these concepts. So in the availability zones, what are the availability zones? Is there again? I have to set all the availability zones. So that is the concept. So on security group means I can select up to for five security group default AWS Linux and all. I can this both I can select it. So here, so I want to create a target groups. So this, here, if I go with this, I'm not getting this. For that, I'll be going this. So I'll be selecting load in the load balancer. I will be clicking on target group. So target group and create. Click on create target group. Instances. So target group name. So what is this means? AWS FIP target group. HTTP and IPv4. That only we are using this, and HTTP one. I can give this check. Health check. We didn't see that. Next concept is that tomorrow we can see this. So it is used for the monitoring purpose. It is used for the health check is used for the monitoring purpose. So monitoring is health condition and all. We can check this. So how much it's loading and all. We can check that. Tomorrow we can see that. Attributes tax is optional one, and next thing. What it will be, I'll be selecting this available instance, all the things there, web server 1 and web server 2. So on port number, it will be loading as the port number 80. So include as pending below. I have to click this include as pending below. And next create a target group. I have to click that to create a target group. So this I will be selecting and you can check that I'll be checking this. So all the things will be presented here. So here what I'll be doing now. So here AWS target group. So I'll be selecting. So if I want to add another also, I can go this add listener. I can click. Otherwise, I can leave it as a simple one. So after that, load balancer tags and all optional one. If I want to give this, so firewall and all. If I want, I can activate. Otherwise, I can go for a review stage. So in this review stage, so I'll be checking on all the things. So review stage. So in this review, all things I can select this. What are the then so server type not and all not started. So and I'll be clicking on create load balancer. So it will be taking around a minute time to load this. So it is feedback. So feedback I don't want to fill. So I'll be closing this. So the target group is so here itself it's opened. So listener port and all. So where I want to access this so DNS name. So here, let's say I auto refresh. So provisioning. So its status is active only will be enabled. Otherwise, it will not enabled. So for this load balancer, I have to if I click load balancer, provisioning is there. So I have to check refreshing again and again. I can check this. So DNS name, I can select this and I can paste. I can check with this. So it will be taking around 2 to 3 minutes time. Minimum 3 to 4 minutes time it will be taking to view these concepts. Now again I can refresh, I can check this, so it will be taking around minimum 2 minutes time. So now we can check this provisioning or any other things, provisioning only that we can wait for this output. So we can check this provisioning only that. So in the DNS name also, we inside DNS name we have to select that, we can check that again and again. So now I can check this. Yes, it's active. So now it's a provisioning and it's active. So if I check with this, so I can copy and I can, if I can put in a new tab. So after that also it will be taking around a minute time. So after that also I can. So I can check with the new tab also. So it will be taking around a minute time. So we can check with this and we can go with this. So wait, it will be coming this output. So before going to the output, so it will be taking around the time. So without wasting the time, we can go with. So all of them having the doubt that I copy the text and I paste that in this website browser. So all of them have the doubt that how I can upload multiple files or image files and all of them having the doubts. So for that reason, how I can means I can upload. So file transfer for that I'll be using the file transfer protocol. File transfer protocol. File transfer protocol. So for that I'll be using the file transfer protocol FTP. All of them tell that, so in the short form all of them knows that FTP. So file transfer protocol. So how I can upload these files? So for that what I'll be using is, so I'll be in the Google free download FileZilla and FileZilla project.org a download. So I can click this and FileZilla. I can click this FileZilla client. FileZilla is many is that means SCP or many other things is that, but we will be using this concept file FileZilla and FileZilla. So it's around the installation. Okay, so it is downloaded, and if I want to install this, so what is this 64 existing? What is, so home? So FileZilla client. So 32. So 64 Windows 11 and 10. So FileZilla I'll be clicking and I'll be downloading. So if I download, if I open this also, why Windows can't access specific path? So what is the error? I don't know. So I can directly open. If I want, I can open directly. So virus or potential software. So okay. So anything is there. So but I already installed in my system FileZilla. So I think that I didn't install in my. So think that. So it is blocked by Microsoft Windows Defender. So wait a minute, I'll be. So, so wait a minute, I'm checking. So already I think that I'm having FileZilla in my laptop. So it's opening. I opened this software. So file this host name. So where I what I have to put this now host name. So here for this EC2. So this is the host name. So for web server one, I can put this. I can put the username as is it username is so Ubuntu. So I can put this port number as 22. So here edit I have to go for edit and settings. So I have to go for settings and add key file. Add key file. So add key file and downloads. I have to go for the downloads and I have to go for this PEM file AWS FIP key and OK. And if I go with quick connect means it will be save passwords or don't save passwords. Don't say I can give this. Don't save password. I can give this. So password remember until FTP is closed. Yes, I can use this and OK. So it will be reading this SFTP. SFTP stands for Secure File Transfer Protocol. Secure File Transfer Protocol (SFTP). With this SFTP, I can able to access my server. So if I go with this slash var slash www slash html. So if I go with this here, this my files will be there. So for that, what I will be doing now. So for this, what I will be doing now. So scenery, I can go with this concepts. So if I am want to, I'm going to upload one file. So that it is failed. So it's now failed. So failed. So if I go with this also reset and requeue all also, it will be showed that it is failed. Queued files. If I go with this process queue and all, it will be failed. Again it's failed. So what is the reason means? So ownership and group is root is to root. So first of all, we seen that. So here, what we'll be seeing that means. So CD. So ls minus L. So is a root is to root. So I want that is a default in root user. So but we are logging into the Ubuntu user. So Ubuntu user. So for that what I will be doing now. So what I can do means count minus so minus or Ubuntu is to Ubuntu slash var slash www slash html. So CHOWN stands for change ownership minus or so here root is to root. So root is so group is to owner. So group is to owner. So all the thing will be go there and where slash www slash html it will be that. So it will be that. So that's the file path. So I can give this enter. So if now ls minus l, if I go means ubuntu is to ubuntu, refresh, I can go for refresh. So refresh means ubuntu is to ubuntu. So next what I'll be doing now, I'll be accessing that reset and requeue all, and I can go for this process queue. Process queue means it will be go for the successful transaction. Now it will be goes there. So again I'm opening this, I can show in this demo sudo chown minus or is to ubuntu slash var slash www slash. So if you want having doubt you can html. So if I go to previous thing means I can copy this, I can paste here. Root is to root. So say town root is to root. So that means previously it will be going for the root name, username, default username, and this will be go. If I'm having the doubts that, so how I can go with. So if I go to upload, if I want to upload the WordPress site and all, you will be uploading the files. Sometimes your file you will be uploading the files via the browser. So not like this. So browser. That means what I will be doing now. Web dot www. So dot www minus data. So here I can give like this www minus data dot www data. So like this we can give this. So this will be the Linux command. So now I can check. So Ubuntu. So I can now check with, now I can change to this concept. So sudo, so root is to root. So now ls minus l. If I go with this, I can check this. It will change to root. So if I want to change that file, I want to check this file, copy. So here and scenery dot jpg. So here the file will be that. The file will be that. So what is, so why it's not working, I don't know. I think that target loop and all. So tomorrow I'll be showing the output for this concepts. So auto scaling, sorry, load balancer. So what is the reason, I don't know why it's not showing, I don't know the reason. So tomorrow I'll be check that and I'll be send in the documents. So now, so now if you have any doubt you can ask the question.